This episode 6.
Yeah.
Episode
Episode 6 of Rollin In It. Hi, we're here. Hey, what's up?
What's up?
6,
How you?
subtitled The Legend of
Hello?
Curly's
The
Stone.
legend of
Why
Catcher in the
hello?
Space Rye.
Fletcher in the Sky.
So, where
Fletcher
we
in the
left
Sky,
off,
that should have been the name.
y'all had finished your previous heist. You had some downtime. You chilled out. A couple of characters took off for the time being. Lana got really drunk and went on a bender and disappeared. No one knows where she is. Fortunately, before she left, she made sure that the med bay was in perfect order. So there's not too much.
Don't forget
concern.
that everyone's medical records are up to date.
Also, your original character's name was Punch, right?
Yeah. Was
Yeah,
Punch before.
Punch got another legit job. He's trying to go straight again, so maybe we'll see him in time. But
Is Punch
What is
currently
dang
a roller
best?
coaster operator?
Like I saw what was coming for Punch, and I said to myself, I can't let this happen to this guy. He's too good. He's too pure. You know. So I'm here. I'm here for the whiskey. My name's Gunko.
so yeah, so and also Teeth. I don't even what happened to Teeth. I don't even know what happened to
Oh,
Teeth.
teeth.
He got in real deep with a couple bad hands, and he's on the lam.
I feel real bad about what we did to Teeth. I just want you to know.
You know, his
what I'm hearing is
kneecaps were in
Teeth
danger.
decided the whiskey heist wasn't exciting enough and got into even more dangerous crime instead.
Yes.
It was a mistake. But you know what? It got me out, even though it got him in real deep.
All right, since those characters are gone, let's meet the characters that are going to be replacing them this session. Bobo. Who are you? What are you? Tell us about yourself.
Hey y'all, I'm Daryl Buchanan. Everybody just calls me Bobo. Proud to know you. I've been a space miner for about 40 years now.
You're only a minor when you're below the age of 18.
Yeah, that's really old for that.
Well, not in space.
You don't know what they're doing with genetics these days. You can't be sure.
So, Bobo, good old fashioned space miner. Pretty appropriate to bring along for a suspicious salvage mission such as this. Gunko. What's
my
your
name's
story?
My name's Gunko Sprav. I've been a dock worker in the space docks for a while. I'm pretty beefy. I keep doing this because I keep listening for word from my family. I got separated when I was young. We got on the wrong escape shuttle, and I can't believe that they're dead. I would die myself if I were to commit to that idea. So I search. I look at the manifests. I read the papers. People don't think I do it. People think I'm dumb. People think that Gunko's just some fool. But Gunko's looking. Gunko wants to see.
How many languages does Gunko speak?
People say like 1/2.
The statistical
Mostly English.
The possibility of your family being alive is so insignificant as to be difficult to describe with contemporary mathematics.
This robot, I don't like him.
Well, thank you, Gunko.
I don't hate robots. I just want just this one.
Gimlet.
Thank you.
What's your story?
Right.
Who are you?
My name is Gimlet Parsimon. Some of you may know me as a hero pilot during the war, where I flew gunships during the Uranus campaign. Others of you may know me from my attempted assassination of the new Commonwealth Parliament. Some people have called me an extremist. These people are simply not in communication with the hyper-intelligent fungus known as Prince Philip, who lives beneath the nitrogen seas of Titan. He shows me that when the time is right, he will assume the throne, and a reign of myconoid terror will commence, the likes of which the world has never seen.
All right.
Fantastic.
Hello.
By the way, folks, we're having a little bit of problems with Twitch, so I think Twitch people might be joining just now. So Sorry for catching us a little late, but we're rolling in it. We just introduced the new characters, and we're getting into the whiskey heist.
Do
Eddie
it again.
Bezos just doesn't
Do
like
it
Dunko.
again. But
We're not
this
gonna
time,
do that.
change the
I can do
backstories
it again.
so that there's no awful accents.
Yeah,
I only prepared one. I'm not doing another.
It's not
It's just my
appropriation
voice.
if I was
Fine.
born and raised in it now.
I'm really sorry. I've been doing this for 3 episodes now.
Yeah, you gotta just deal. Actually, you're the one who sounds funny. That's canon now.
Become the one without an
y'all making
accent.
me laugh too hard. Fuck.
Brett's the one who
seems
sounds
like
like
you're
some sort of dope.
Seems like you're
Canon.
not committing to the group.
Now, I'll have you know. I
Yeah,
had
there it
just
is.
as terrible an accent as every last one of. Oh God, I'm Australian now.
Yeah.
We'll be
Brett does
taking,
have this problem.
we'll be
Well,
taking
it is a
wagers.
fungus.
We'll be taking wagers in the chat for how long these accents hold.
For every
That's
70
multicultural. They
bits
just
that
all
get
happen at the same
donated-
time.
For every 70 bits that get donated on Twitch, we will swap our accents.
We'll try another
We'll
one.
just go round robin.
I can't wait to be Australian this
You
time.
can't even take bits on Twitch right now. That's a meaningless.
You
That's a
just offered
hollow-
nothing.
For every 70 bit coins we get sent, we'll swap accents.
If
For
I
every
pay
dollar that
70
you bring,
Bitcoins?
If
More
you
like for
PayPal me
every
dollar.
$2, I'll try another accent.
every dollar that you bring to my house specifically and put in my hand, I will keep. Thank you.
Venmo me $70 and I will have an accent.
Feasible.
All right, moving on.
Put my Venmo
Oh, do I have
here.
to?
All right, so there was
Right.
this whiskey that went missing around 150, 200 years ago. It was on its way to Luna, aka the moon, in the relatively early days of like rich people moving to the moon, and thus where it gets its new fancier name, etc. So this whiskey was on its way to Luna, and the ship. It was believed that it was probably hit by an asteroid. Something destroyed the ship. It was not bandits. It may have been some other kind of space debris, though, or something of that nature. And the ship was never recovered. And to this day, no one knows where this, as it is called, Catcher in the Space Rye whiskey is. Some treasure hunters have looked for it over the years, and none of them have found it. In spite of having no compelling clues or real reason to think that you have a leg up on all the previous treasure hunters, y'all have decided to just go for it. I will remind you that there is technically an owner of this whiskey. Originally, the whiskey was to be delivered to a party. And so when the whiskey was lost, several families who had paid for it, several wealthy families who had paid for it, all had partial ownership of this whiskey should it be recovered, et cetera, and helped to finance some of the attempted treasure hunts for it. However, over time, most of the families lost interest because it just seemed like a fucking dead end. And the only one left who has ownership of the whiskey is a man named Winston Thorogood Fabernatch the 17th, who is a large stakeholder in one of the big conglomerates. And he technically, I say, is the owner. And I'm going to make a little note that there's probably going to be some kind of really long clock where he's going to figure out what you're up to because you haven't contacted him. However, it's going to be a very generous clock because also he's not paying that much attention to something like this. But he may have some type of informants out here. Who knows, right? Speaking of out here, let's talk about where you are. So, Brett's calculation is that the ship is in a debris field at Lagrange 3 between Earth and Luna. Lagrange 3 is sometimes referred to as the Crush. And it's actually a debris field that, if you can believe it, is larger in size than the cluster of space colonies that you were just at. Like, it's massive.
Yeah, it's the Pacific Garbage Patch, but in space. It's pretty.
It's actually only the
What do you call
ninth
it, garbage
largest.
robot?
It's actually only the ninth largest garbage field in space. But
if you get, there's a cool passport that the Galactic Authority hands out that if you get all of them stamped, you get a little badge. It's like,
yeah, all 45 major galactic.
Yeah,
garbage
like a
fields.
good 15% of this trash patch is just people who have thrown away the stickers from visiting the trash patch.
I'm not going to go to the other 30 of these. This sucks.
This sucks.
This is dumb. And then they just space it, and over time, it's actually moved up the ranks because of this.
So, when you roll up to the crush, it's fairly quiet. Way off in the distance, you can like pick up on sensors, a few ships moving around, which you're not surprised by. There are always things going on out in these debris fields, not just salvage operations too. Yeah, like definitely there's some other salvagers out you can guess pretty quickly, but there's no one like immediately nearby. Again, this is a huge debris field, and it's basically just a silent monolith of scrap, all the way like from like, you know, close to like 250 years ago at the dawn of like major space colonization, to like, you know, bits from the war, and you know, things, you know, I mean, wrecks from last week, you know. So like just a little bit of everything here. Why it's called the crush is because it has this tendency to kind of swirl in on itself and just sort of smash stuff up to some extent. So eventually most of the ships are, you know, in 5 or 6 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 12 pieces instead of one. You know,
Eventually,
after...
gravity will make
Gyre.
them back into one piece, though. So it's fine.
It just depends on what order you want the parts in, sir.
And that's going to be when the manga ends.
Look, I've seen Gurren Lagann. The manga never ends.
See, the issue is you are reading the ship left to right, when really you should be reading the shipwreck right to left.
Oh, someone should be flying the ship. Danger, danger, danger.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, I guess we should find a place to park.
Well, before that, I'm
Which
gonna
doesn't seem like a real thing.
We have to roll
pattern.
readiness.
I'm gonna roll
Oh,
your
boy.
encounter roll or whatever the flip it's
We have
called.
to roll for space.
Don't make me remember specific words. I'm
roll
dyslexic.
for if you're in space or not.
Or fortune.
Roll
You need
for that.
5 or above to be
It's not.
in
No,
space.
it's not fortune. Fortune is
Oh.
when I want a random. It's the. It's whatever starts the. It's the roll that starts the heist that determines whether or not you're in a good position.
I still think that's fortune, but it doesn't matter. Let's argue about how many dice
Roll
you get.
for
Roll
in
about it.
media res.
Yeah, let's argue about how many dice. Much more interesting topic.
What is technically the topic
I kind
for
of
right
want to
now?
give you one.
Yeah, we kind of.
I want to give us another because we brought a space miner.
Well, I'm also technically a space miner, so it
We have
doesn't
2
matter.
space miners. That's
No,
look. I'm
we
trying to
also
push.
don't know about Scotch.
Speak
Well-
for yourself.
You're
Well,
Australian. You know about like struth and invasive toads.
And Bruce.
Roll for space toads.
Right, let me tell you something.
I'm gonna roll
about the
one
toads.
die.
Look, I tried. I failed. We got nothing. Yeah.
It was a valiant
Roll it.
attempt, and I respected it.
Throw us to the wind.
Yeah, rolling up on the debris field. I rolled a failure. Rolling up on the debris
Oh,
field.
no.
You just all suddenly feel completely overwhelmed and lost in the sense of
Wow,
just
it's
really
big.
It's big.
having no idea what the fuck you're doing. Also, like half of your crew changed over recently, somewhat. Like, or at least your active kind of like heist crew. You know, obviously Bobo, Gunko, and Gimlet were all hanging around the ship after the initial prison break. They broke out with y'all, or maybe you picked them up since then. Even who knows? But you know,
There's just so many random people who could be the lead characters of their own anime on this ship, but these are who showed up
These
today.
are the ones that are here today, and you know,
fact.
it's just suddenly
Gunko.
you have this aimless quest. You have these crew members that you don't know so well.
Oh shit! This is a
Everyone
filler
is just
episode.
Everyone's just feeling
Space Beach.
the stress of this lack of planning. So
Also, it doesn't help that Bobo, Gunko, and Gimlet sound like the Space Three Stooges.
So, here's something. I have spent the trip doing a getting to know you HR and corporate trust demonstration, and like that, giving a little seminar to the new crew. There's a whole PowerPoint to it and a bunch of dumb games. They might not go well, but but they are designed hypnotically to have a sort of calming effect on the brain and release oxytocin. So it's a lot of.
Wait, you're telling me new hires get dental? Come on.
Okay, all fall into my arms. It'll be great. I definitely won't drop you in your big boniness.
So I will offer a consort role for that.
To make them like you?
To try and make us all like each other and improve the team dynamic.
I'm a perfectly friendly
I think
individual.
a team building exercise is consort for sure.
I'm here for it. Let's go.
Well, those are two fails. That did not go great.
However, I hate.
So I accidentally tase all of you or something. That's
I hate the robot. I continue to hate the robot. They show up, they insult my culture, and now they make me play games with you schmucks.
Bobo, how did you feel about the training exercise?
How did I feel about the training exercise?
Yeah, that Sid failed on.
Well, management does this stuff from time to time. I just go along with it. Ain't no reason to cause trouble.
Yeah, no, it's real stiff. Like it's a pre-recorded message, not even in Sid's voice. Hello, associates. Welcome to the team. It's important as part of a team when you work together.
Shit, we doing trust building today? Okay.
And so on and so on. It went about as well as it does at work. You've been to work.
I'm just glad I wore my comfortable shoes.
That doesn't really do much to help the situation. If anything, everyone's kind of where are you hanging out in the ship? Are you
I mean, I assume we have a big room with a hologram table where we do heists and stuff. And
well, that's like, I mean, there's the cafeteria room where you do most of your planning, but I was just wondering, are you on the bridge?
Yeah, probably the bridge. That's where the windows is at, so we can look at how fucked we is. Look, it's like space doubled over in garbage, and we're looking for what? A bottle of brandy wine? It's ridiculous. I mean, we're gonna find it, but
it's almost as infinitesimally small of a chance as finding one family in the entire solar system.
I hate this robot.
So basically, you know, it's one of those situations where increasingly, like, the bridge is pretty good size, and initially you were all kind of like sitting near each other around like a central table, and slowly everyone is kind of drifting towards the doors. Including people not like NPCs as well, you know, because there's some other crewmates here, some other prison escapees, etc., that joined you on your con space escape, and you know, some of them have already they're gone. Like
Sid has already found a corner to stand in, and as if you're paying close attention, you'll notice he's slowly rotating his torso around to face his head into the corner.
There's this one guy that you call Bambi. He left 10 minutes in to Sid talking.
I don't blame him.
God. So
he'll be back. What's he gonna do? Airlock himself?
Also, you're noticing that there seems to be, like, now that you're really like paying attention, like the number of salvage crews out here or whatever these ships are is not entirely insignificant. Like it's It's not a ton, but it's maybe a little more than you thought originally.
Right, seems we've shown up to the party a little late.
Gonko thinks we're on time.
I mean, you don't know why they're here. There's tons of things to salvage out here.
All right.
The crunch has
we're
been a
looking
popular
for-
Carry on.
So we're looking for maybe 30 bottles of some sort of mysterious fluid. We got a bunch of other ships out here, so let's ask ourselves some questions.
Gunko, I don't know how many times I have to explain this to you. It's one very large cask carved from the wood of the mighty space oak and filled with just an astronomical amount of booze.
Okay, so we're looking for the beverage Yggdrasil. Got it.
Yeah,
All right.
we're looking for what's approximately, like, I want to say 40 tons of space whiskey.
Truly the biggest gulp.
Yeah.
Whiskey.
Right. But what I was saying is that we're looking for this biological material and fluids. I don't think our scanners is gonna help us, right? Because like people have done that. Yeah, you know, they've flown through here. They pinged everything with the doodads and the what's-its. I think we might honestly just need to look. I know that sounds crazy.
I've got a question. What kind of information?
If we're meant to find this, we just gotta believe. And that'll get us there.
Gimlet, you go ahead.
But I'm going to start off by answering your question with, it's none.
Y'all, now it occurs to me that if there's all these people out here looking and ain't nobody found it yet, there might be some reason for that, and we ought to look different places.
We should, different places, different ways too. Like there's more than one way to look at a thing, you know. Like sometimes you gotta close your eyes to see.
Right, my question is, what kind of information do we have on the ship this cask was in?
I stand by my answer.
You stand by wrong. Because I've been digging through the manifest. This files go way back. I got all sorts of shipping
all the way to the
information
top.
through my job contacts. What was the name of it? I'm sure that we got the documentation. And this can count as a flashback if you would like it to.
Do you yeah, we don't have to do like a full scene even, but like you through your job or jobs, you have information pertaining to this. Do you just want to kind of explain how that sort of makes sense? And then
absolutely. Gonko's a dock worker. Gonko manages the ins and the outs of various distributors, we'll call them. And boy, let me tell you, space booze, it's some stuff that moves, you know? It comes in, it goes out immediately. We got tons of records about it. It didn't take me too long, you know, with some search algorithms and some better robots than this one to, kind of dig that information up. I got it right here in these hollow binders. I don't know why everything has to be holographic in the future. You would think that a manila envelope will be fine.
Yeah, it's a little weird
but apparently
also
not.
that, like, if anything doesn't sound sci-fi enough, we just call it a space
holograms.
something.
A space thing, yeah. Well, that's how you know.
Yeah. It was really weird how 3 years ago there was that trend of space holograms. That was really weird.
Now we just call them maps.
Now, yeah,
tautological to me, calling something space something, because it is already in space. Seems everything already inhabits space. Kind of reductive.
This is political, okay?
Sid pulls out a bunch of Star Trek style data.
Hello and welcome to the
It's
Not
much
Safe
better
for
to
Launch
keep.
Network.
It's better to keep each document on an individual data pad. Here, everyone. Here's a book.
So
God, I hate
Gunko,
this robot.
what do you want these records to reveal in particular? And just keep in mind that how powerful you decide this answer is how much stress it costs.
Okay. So this is the ins and the outs of the shipping manifest. This is everything that we have on the ship. We have all of the materials, we have all of the personnel, but most importantly, we have the beginning port and the perceived ending port, or the the intended destination. Right? So what we have to do is we just have to follow its journey along this until the anomaly that caused it to, end up here.
Right,
Okay.
seems the
Seems
other
easy, right?
important bit of information would be a picture of the ship.
I mean, that'd probably be in there, I would hope. Or at least the class of vessel that it is, so that we know, what its carrying capacity and relative speeds are. Maybe we should check some other news sources historically. Gunko's not supposed to be this smart. Come on, folks.
I will review the customer service logs and transmission data from the time surrounding this. Surely other shipments were inconvenienced, and someone complained about that and
That's
attempt to
bloody robot.
cross-reference the data.
Good robot right there. 5 out of 7.
Climbing. My stock is rising. Kennedy, how would you like that? What would you like for that?
Study, I think.
Sure. Can it be a hack because because they're all old records and I'm trying to get them from computers I'm not at?
I feel like you already have the records in hand. You just really need to like.
Yes, I know. I'm just trying to roll more dice than less.
How many stress, and also I'm helping.
Yeah, we can do 2 stress for that.
Okay.
If it includes also the like make and model of the ship as well as all of the like transit information, both those things.
I made it out of cardstock. Look at this. Look at the
And also
Gunko's very proud.
you're helping with the roll, Gunko? Is that what you said?
Yeah. I
think
brought
it's already
documents and
obvious
I've
how
got
you're
access.
helping. We don't really need you to explain that. So take the one
Doing
step.
it anyway.
And Sid, take an extra die.
Hey, that makes it a 4. That's great news.
Awesome.
That means I get to roll just 1 instead of -1 die or none
Hey.
die. Hey.
Hey.
So, Sid, you start to look. You look through this data for a little bit, and then you start to see this sudden glimmer of hope emerge in it as you realize, okay, so as I mentioned earlier, the crush tends to sort of beat ships up and break them apart. So a lot of times, you can't always necessarily find a recognizable piece that easily. So you are looking at this data and you realize this cargo hold would look totally generic at this point, probably, because it would have been beaten down to just like the armored frame around the cargo hold, more or less. But you also think that you might have a lead on how to identify it in spite of it being somewhat generic. However, it's still pretty tenuous right now. But
10,000 sports fans cried out in agony as this satellite was knocked out of orbit. And an investigation revealed that it was this form of ship, which means that it will look roughly blah, 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 and strips all the exterior casing off of the thing like this. There are 17 candidates within the visible vicinity.
yeah, that sort of thing. And in particular, you realize that there is going to be an identifiable kind of bacteria, probably because of the whiskey.
Is it toxic?
Actually, because of
It's
the barrels.
mostly because of the boots, I thought.
Yeah, because of the barrels, actually. But
the space rot. Yeah, we see that all the time.
so
Oh, it's got space logged. Oh no.
basically, looking through this data that Gunko has with Sid's analysis, you do start to feel like this could be out here. You might be able to find it.
Yeah.
But as it stands right
So-
now, it's just a smaller haystack.
Can Bobo help by sort of doing a study of the nearby area and sort of like the experience as a miner, telling him like a little more about the drift pattern?
Maybe y'all might have to like take your ship further in and really get.
Yeah, we'd have to go to the like last known point or whatever.
Right,
I do
well,
have
in
a
that case,
suggestion.
What's a haystack?
Don't worry about it.
Never mind.
You never see one.
No, what you got, Al?
My suggestion was we could always just kind of navigate from ship to ship that is around here and find out what they've already mined and already looked at, and then narrow down from there where the heck the actual whiskey is.
What would I roll to drink alcohol?
Nothing.
Consumption.
What if it's competitive alcohol drinking?
Well,
Do
that would
you
be
have a
different, but you'd
drinking
have to
problem?
you'd have to get into a competition with someone.
All right. Well, I think Brett is going to have to hail one of the nearer scavenger ships, and we're going to have to get to forcing our GM to start making silly accents.
Uncle approves.
It seems fine.
You got to
Yeah, let's
explain
do
what it is you actually want out of this first a little more.
Hail and well met, travelers.
Oh, he
I
just,
see
he
you.
just wants an
Scavenger.
accent. I see.
What?
I mean, we can't let them know what we're up to. Otherwise, they're gonna realize that we're on the Curly's Gold.
My
Gate.
name is Douglas Abernathy,
Nobody cares.
and we're looking around for some lucrative ships. Y'all heard
Yeah,
of?
so's everybody.
Y'all ever heard of the great fidget spinner calamity? I heard that a shipment full of pure platinum fidget spinners was lost not more than 10 years to the day. Y'all heard anything about that?
What?
I don't know nothing about fidget spinners. Yoo-hoo! Everyone who mines asteroids sounds like this.
Fantastic.
Oh, you got me.
You two started this. You two started this.
Well, ain't that a shame? How's about we link up and drink our sorrows away as we talk about what we've lost?
Do you want to
Look,
roll
this-
sway to see if you can get?
Yeah, Bobo, I need you to help me out here as my accent coach. Because I think you have the closest thing to the accent I was putting on there.
To be one of the guys.
What you need?
I need you to teach me how to make this terrible accent less terrible.
All right. So, first
Sorry,
of all,
is this in game?
Yeah, this is a flashback.
Oh, so it's not like wild. It's not like wild
Learning
hair
this
on
Elvish
with you.
Okay, so in general, the Southeast accent has two resonance kind of places. If you want to sound sort of course, Lindsey Graham sounds nothing like someone from actual Texas. This is more of an East Tennessee kind of thing, but that's at the tip of your teeth. But then if you want to sound more like Mississippi or Deep South, you drop it back in the back of your jaw. And just try never to actually close your mouth.
What about if I just keep my
This is
lips
an amazing
like
flashback
this?
because if you're watching this, you just actually learned how to do a Southern accent.
Except for the fact that I had no idea how to act on that information.
You lose your accent because you won't be taken seriously otherwise.
All right, I'm just going
Right
to keep
now
my
is really
lips
doing
like
things for
this, and that's going to be my accent. All right. So now that I got an extra roll for sway, that is a
You gotta hold your mouth
2-1.
right, you know what I'm saying?
A 2 and a 1.
I do not have a good accent.
We are altering the house odds on Brett's accent.
So the
I'm gonna just advance my
the
whiskey
radio
clock.
is just silent for a little while, and then it clicks on. Yeah, you have a good one.
You know what? That's fair.
The ship starts
saw that
moving
one
away.
I will.
Oh no,
find
we've
these
come on
fidget
board.
spinners all on my own.
Right. Well, we seem to have a approximate trajectory and path for this ship we're trying to find. So why don't I simply program a route to do a little visual sweep for the for our little thing we're trying to find.
The old
You do
ocular
that.
sweep. Okay. All right.
I'm gonna help him by looking out the windows, like not a dummy.
Because obviously dock workers have the keenest eyes of all those in space.
I ain't even got to squint. Watch this.
I'm gonna get on them mining scanners and see if I can rig up some kind of booster. I picked up a few tricks.
Yep.
Reroute the capacitor,
Fancy
the thermocouplers.
engineers don't know
Oh, I'm giving her all she got, Captain.
I was not
Right.
prepared for this.
Hello, Governor.
That's
Uncle, there's much more of
That's my
this.
Scottish accent.
I think I have like 4
That
or 5
is
more sentences
Brett's
in that
accent.
voice,
All
and
right.
then
So if you
I
have
just
Brett's
won't be able to do
accent,
it
please
anymore.
bring your slips to the cashier.
That'll be 70 bitcoins.
That's bingo. I had Scottish, Australian, Irish, free space.
Bobo, how was the roll? How did that go for us?
Right.
Yeah.
Would that possibly be a helm roll?
I got a 2 and a 4 for my rig.
So we did okay.
Right, wait, does that mean I get an assist to a helm roll? What's going on? I'm
That's
sorry, I lost track.
improving the-
Slightly different things here to maybe build towards the same goal.
Mhm.
Like Bobo is like fucking with the scanner, and you're doing the ocular sweep with Gunko.
Yeah, Gunko looking.
Gunko's
No,
literally just looking. You're doing it.
looking.
I'm
What you're
flying
doing
the
is a little
ship.
more complicated.
I'm flying the ship.
I believe that I can see what we're looking for.
All right.
Guided by the divine.
2,
The
4, and
same
1.
way I'll be guided to my family, you soulless piece of shit.
So you got a 4 in there? Is your
I got
highest?
4 and 1.
So you feel like you're probably getting on the right track, and you check a couple of containers off the list as you just sort of fly by them and you look at them, and
That one's clearly full of version 1 Garfield phones.
Those are classics. We should salvage those.
you get a little excited because you see one that you think might be the one, but you scan it a little more closely and you realize it's full of spoiled olive oil.
Should
Bippity
get that anyway.
boopity.
That's vintage.
It's ball of oil.
So you're definitely narrowing in on the chase somewhat with the scanner and the ocular sweeping, but it still seems like you haven't quite found the right thing yet. Also, unfortunately, as you're trying to like pull up on another container, some ships come out of nowhere as you get close to it and radio you and demand to know your business. And also, the person demanding to know your business has this very unfortunate accent.
Hello, you've reached whatever this ship's called. We are not
no.
available to take a call right now.
Y'all
Please
ever
state
heard
the name-
anything about some fidget spinners?
Yo, can I roll to just tell them to fuck off?
I like
we
that.
don't want no
Yeah, you
fight.
can roll command. You
A
can
representative
Alright.
is available.
All right,
I'm
I
looking
have
to roll
3 in
scrap to
command.
stop
All right, so it's
everyone.
like
Before,
All right,
I'm
so
just gonna push everybody aside. I'm gonna roll a sway here. Hey, y'all.
hang on. Al already out. It's too late. Al's already
Oh,
gonna
damn
go.
it.
Not priority.
Can
so-
I fight Al?
So this dude is like on screen, like Star Trek style, and they're just wearing like a black jumpsuit, and they're very androgynous looking. They're just like, "What are you doing out here?"
Sir, I just need you to kindly fuck off. I'm busy.
Now, alcohol is a skeleton canonically.
Yeah, he's a scary looking skeleton.
A
All right.
muscly as shit skeleton. Figure that one out.
So I rolled 2 6s into 3.
For sway?
Sounds
this
like
is command.
Man.
sounds like somebody fucks off.
So this
Didn't
strange
expect that
person
to work.
looks very alarmed and is like,
The skeleton just appeared on my screen.
we will be back for you later. And then all the ships take off.
Okay.
The
I just hang up the phone at that point, and then just like, we need to go now. We need to go.
Ow, what the fuck was that?
I don't know. I don't know how that worked.
Right.
The
I'm
fucking
surprised
Terminator
that
just
worked.
drove away. He was scared of a skeleton.
Oh, if I
Skeletons
had
aren't even
heart
that
control.
scary anymore.
Skeletons are the natural enemy of Terminators.
Oh,
Remember
Don't-
that time
don't
in
go
Terminator
appreciate your
17 where the skeletons clawed their way out of someone's body? Maybe that's what he was afraid of.
I'm just gonna lay down here for a minute.
Yeah, that's fine. Here, have some water.
Thank you.
Kennedy,
Oh,
who
don't
was that?
Milk.
Who?
Don't
how-
hydrate the
what,
bones.
what would you like me to roll to find out who that was from their, I don't know, ion trail or science word?
Or from, the name on the side of the ship.
Sure,
Yeah, they've
any of
actually
those
got a
things.
very
Go off to their
revealing
engine
bumper
tank.
sticker.
Yeah, maybe it says if
Um,
you don't like our space driving, please call, and then I figure out whose number that is.
You
Honk, go
pronounced
fuck
it a little
yourself.
oddly, but S-ion sword is the number one, byproduct of a lot of rocket engines.
That's S ion sword
S-ion
I
sword.
see.
Yeah.
from the
My
S
other
ion.
Let me
Well,
put
you-
the
My other ship is registered to blah, 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 blah in the blah, 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 blah system.
That's it. That's that's what I thought we were. Yeah, just for viewers who need to know.
Named after Dr. Sword.
Dr. Sword, yeah. Without Dr.
pedantic
Sword, I
people call
mean,
it
Space
lot of
travel is
this-
just not
ion.
possible.
a lot of
really.
this colonization stuff is just not possible,
Wouldn't
So,
have happened.
thank you, Dr. Sword.
Thank you, Dr. Sword. Your
Oh, is
service.
this the intimidating person that just called you? Damn, it's a great sketch.
I am. Oh, now I'm actually.
Oh.
Look at this. Look at that clavicle. Oh shit!
God.
I'm
We will
scared
be
now.
back
Do
for
body
you
shots off
later.
of that.
There's
clavicle.
no way that person would be scared of a skeleton. But let's.
They're
move on.
like a Klingon, but
They're
instead
half
of the thing on the
skeleton.
forehead,
They're
they've got
half
it on the
skeleton.
chest.
That person's already half skeleton. They're
Half
This
already-
is
skeleton, half
understandable. Why alcohol had the reaction afterwards and dropped to the floor.
You know what this is? This is the 1979 Gundam in which the Intimidator has gone, is that my brother?
Like, no, I'm sure you don't know that guy in the mask. It's probably fine.
It's totally not a future.
Yeah, Al,
thought.
have you met that person before?
Never in my life. I've never
I don't
met that
believe you.
person. I
Uncle
haven't.
thinks that they're lying.
In reality, I probably have.
Uh,
we gained no further insight into the location of this thing based on.
Well,
that.
we
well, but hold on. Okay, Sid was gonna try to figure out
Who the
Something
the
about
S
these
ion
people.
sword?
the S-ion
representative
sword.
words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you pick up some S-ion swords. We'll just call them S-ions from from their
We all know the jingle.
their engine,
S-ion.
byproducts. And I hate to tell you this, but I feel like this is gonna be study again.
Oh no!
Well, that's okay. I don't.
Can I help?
I mean, yeah, golly, that would be well appreciated.
How
Or
much
if
stress
someone-
is
Or
that?
if someone else could do that. It is one stress, I believe. For you to help.
Hey, the devil's bargain is that Al definitely knew that person.
Oh, I
Why
mean,
me?
Fuck you, that's why.
What did I do? All right, fair enough. Whatever. It's a
You're getting
game.
entwined with the game's world.
I'm
plot relevant now.
I'm taking
God
it.
hates
It's
me.
that
They made me a
rule.
skeleton.
Oh, I don't know shit
yeah.
though. That's a 3.
Yeah,
so
you don't.
for all that person knowing Al, I don't know shit.
Well,
Wait, no, that's a success. Isn't it? No, is it?
No.
it's a
Oh,
coin
it's
flip
not.
with
No.
a it's a
Oh,
coin
it's,
flip.
you're
with a
right. It's
6.
4,
No.
5, and then crit. Got it.
Well, it's
So
4,
how do I
5,
know
and
this
then-
person?
Okay,
You'll find
so
out. Oh boy. Oh.
yeah, that's you don't really seem to figure out much about who they are, where they were going. The only thing you are able to determine
They sure seem to know Al. That's
Is
all
that-
I can say for sure.
is that they knew Al, and that they were doing something with that container.
Look, I don't like this robot, but the robot is informing us that that was an expression of recognition and not one of terror. Thank you,
Which
human
container
resources
were they
machine.
doing something with? I don't know what to say.
Let's steal their shit. No,
We can
let's
do
not
that.
steal their shit. We're trying to get the whiskey. We gotta stay on mission. We gotta stay on task.
What if the real whiskey was inside their shit all along?
That
Keep your eye
is not-
on the prize.
The
They
real
shut up all
alcohol
their
is
friends.
friendship.
Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan.
Awful freaking
Uncle says
fast.
stick to the plan.
Alcohol.
We're sticking to the plan. It's everybody follow that we're sticking to the plan. Plan B. We find the whiskey. We take the whiskey home. That's the plan. No deviation. We ain't gonna do extra garbage.
No divination. We're not
All
doing
right.
any
But
stargazing.
now I really want those fidget spinners that I was lying about earlier.
Mhm.
What if there's fidget spinners in there?
I don't think those exist.
I think they open up the
you were
caps.
making
Maybe. Let's
those
just
up.
go.
All right, can we please get back to our visual scanning and see what the results of this are? Because
Yeah.
Gunko's eyes is getting tired. You ever stare into the sun? It hurts. You ever stare into 5 suns? Look, I don't want to squint, but I will if I has to.
I could relate if I had eyes. But
This
let's go.
container that you're looking at right now that they were messing with probably isn't the one.
That sucks. Probably though. We should go crack that thing open.
Yeah, it's a super fun use of the word probably.
Well,
Yeah,
it does have some of the right. It has like 9 out of 10 of the right characteristics, you know. So it's like,
I reckon I better suit up. Go
but
check
it's
out.
also like that 10th characteristic is somewhat telltale. So it's like, it's still kind of, you know what I mean? Like it's checking a lot of boxes, but it really should check all the boxes. I don't know. It's up to you guys.
that's
I don't
Gunko.
really know what you
Bobo,
mean.
We're 2 scrappers in space. Let's fucking scavenge.
Gunko has a suspicion, right? So this was an incredibly valuable shipment, even when it was leaving world back in the day, not accounting for aging and inflation, right? Do you think maybe the manifests have been intentionally obfuscated, and that we are acting on willfully, deliberately incorrect information? Sid, I hate you, but can you find any patterns in this that might indicate falsehoods?
I think this guy's got it done.
I open up my chest and there's a flatbed scanner, and we just lay each of the hollow pages of the binder on it, and I will sort of scan them. I don't know.
Brett, you do this. I refuse to touch the machine.
All right, so
You look
Sid,
like a big nerd.
before you were looking for patterns in data. Now you're looking for evidence of forgery. So totally different.
Completely different.
That sounds like you're going to allow me to use hack.
I think I'm gonna let you use hack for this one.
Yay!
Thank the
This
Lord.
one feels more like hacking.
All right.
Gunko's helping.
Heck
Ali's
yeah.
feel
sitting
like
in
you
the
know
back,
how.
smoking a cigarette very nervously. I can't
By
help this
having
one.
the entire
There's
idea.
a
Gunko's
five.
helping that way.
Let's do that. So that's a reasonable amount of success.
Okay, yeah. So you're looking through this data, and you feel like
Wait, this entry, this kind of lawn dart was not available for another 45 years.
that's right. Yeah. So you feel like some of this data is correct, but there's some of these documents that aren't adding up somehow. You
I do the scene from My Cousin Vinny where I talk about how the thing doesn't have a differential.
A picture starts to form of Winston Thorogood Fabernatch the 14th, great grandfather of the current one, and one of the other whiskey heirs. What was their name?
Dave, just regular Dave, like
House
just
of
a one-word family like Cher.
House of
He's
Dave.
just Dave. Yeah,
House of
Whiskey
Dave.
Dave.
Whiskey
Every
Dave.
time you inherit, you like the first male heir is the Dave.
Yeah.
The Dave. Yeah.
Someday
Yeah, so-
my grandpapa and his cousins will all die, and then I'll be the Dave.
Eventually the Daves
I'm never gonna be the Dave. I'm just gonna marry an actress and move to America. Whatever.
I'm sorry. This is.
Oh, do you
Look,
not
I do
believe?
some funny
also-
shit.
Do you not believe in Space Scotland? That's fucked up.
Alan
Scotland.
Axelrod is here. Someone I love in the comments. Just want to shout them out. Thanks for tuning in, Alan. This is actually Scum and Villainy.
No, Alan. No.
It's not D&D, but it's similar.
It could
All
be
right,
D&D if you
Eventually,
Venmo me some
we're in space, though. That's
dollars.
one important. There's a lot of other important differences too. But okay, but so eventually the Daves gave up on their share of the ownership. In fact, it was shortly after this conflict that you're sort of realizing existed. So it's clear that the Fabernatches and the Daves, well, the Dave especially, but the Daves in general too, did not agree about how to proceed with the missing space whiskey. But you're not able to ascertain the exact nature of their disagreement from just these documents.
Yo, this is getting real deep, y'all.
But that's where the fake documents seem to come into play.
This could go all the way to the top.
Is because
So it seems
yeah.
that we do not have a full picture of the ships, and we may want to investigate this one because that would be a fun change of scenery.
Yeah, let's
He
go
said,
in.
metagaming a little bit, but you know.
I mean, whatever's fine. Let's just do it.
Let's do a quick recap from the top. We are seeking this lost whiskey. It's in some sort of weird Yggdrasil kind of style barrel thing up in space, and that's weird. And now we're finding out that there's political drama and intrigue between the houses. And I think
Could go all the way to the top.
that this could go all the way to the top.
all
Let's
the way
check
to
out
the
this
top.
ship.
All the way to the top of space. Oh no!
You know what?
Nope. Sorry.
Let's
Space
see if
didn't
we
work
can
that
find. Let's see if we can find any logs and records aboard the ship. Since this is of the era, right? Like this
way. It is a
around the
similar
same
make
time.
and model. Yes, it may have a
Yeah,
new
yeah.
or something.
I'm a Scotsman in
Gossip
space now.
threads.
I'm already on my way out to that ship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
you
Brett's
tell
on
him
the
to
away
get a
team.
spacesuit and get out.
Okay, Hall, you're also going. You're going to space.
Congrats, Al. You're going to space.
I don't have lungs, so this works.
Exactly. That's why you're going. Gunko, staying on board the bridge.
So
Gimlet, I
conveniently,
don't trust you to be sober enough.
You just
I
get
am
into my suit
completely
here.
100% crystal clear, sober. Sober.
So conveniently, you don't need to like cut your way in or anything fancy like that. There's
that
like
fishbowl.
like a bulkhead where like it would have like docked with other ships or stations anyway, connected to this type of container generally. And so like you can just pull your ship up alongside dock with that. Who's doing things?
Stop it.
I'm just having fun with the layout.
Stop doing things.
You're muted, Gunko, on top of all of your other nonsense.
I'm trying to get Brett some screen space. I'm sorry.
He doesn't need
I
it.
was trying to show off that
Yeah,
excellent
I don't
work
think you
that's
should
going
give
on
me
down
any
there.
more
Don't
attention.
reward
Maybe
this.
I'm
maybe
don't
put
yeah.
a larger
Behavior.
All right.
magnifying
Look, y'all
glass
might
on
hate
it.
it, but Gunko loves it. Gunko lives for this.
It's
So
called
you're able to
having
pull
comedy.
alongside,
From
extend like a docking, you know, like it's sort of like an airplane docking fucking hallway type thing, except it's fancier because we're in space.
All right.
And it's a space airplane docking
You've
hall.
seen space movies. It's
You've
like
seen
that.
space.
I've never
Come
seen
on.
a space movie. That's me shaking my head.
So is everybody,
That's what they
is everybody gonna venture?
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Gunko staying on the bridge.
Oh,
Wait.
well.
Wait,
Gunko,
wait, hold up. No one's staying behind.
Oh, Gunko's
No,
staying
Gunko staying behind.
No Gunko left
People
behind.
staying behind.
We also
Some
have
of
like a
us right
whole
here
other crew.
can-
Yeah,
like, yeah, we can all go, and there's still like tons of people back home.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting that there's other people on this ship.
We have the
No,
one
Gunko's
ship.
keeping the plot armor back on the boat.
There's like 8 or 9 of them standing right behind you. You're like, yeah, we know. It's really hurtful, Al. We wish you would, like, I mean, we just brought you a sandwich. And the
I'm
9 of them start to
sorry.
scuttle off.
Some of us have names.
Al, are you gonna
But
try
we
to
won't tell you
convince
what they
Gunko any
are.
further, or are you done?
What?
Are you giving up? Are you gonna try to convince Gunko any further, or are y'all moving on?
Convince him of what?
To
I
go
think
with
it's
you.
smart
Go to
for
space.
Gunko to be
All right.
behind.
Gunko stays behind, and everybody else
No, wait,
takes
wait, wait,
off.
wait. No, we're taking him. Come
No,
here.
this
Oh.
isn't like a trick. This
Oh.
is just
I will
Who,
fight the skeleton. I ain't scared. It's like a big box.
All right.
I'm just going to
Gunko
give you a hug, and then we're going to jump out the door, okay?
I'm contesting this
Bobo
role
doesn't
as
have a lot of
scrappy scrap,
patience
yeah.
for
I would put a spacesuit on
kind of
him.
conflict, so he's
Right
just going to start
on,
exploring the new ship.
I've already been lubing myself up to fit into the spacesuit.
Don't need lube.
I think that is exactly what you need
Oh,
to get into
okay,
space.
you
wait.
use-
So,
you wanna
Gunko
use
and Al,
powder
are you
to
gonna
get
wrestle
into
over this
spacesuit.
for real?
Powder.
Is that what's happening?
I'll do it. If this skeleton wants to push the issue.
I just put my hands up, and I'm just like, all right, I'm just jumping out the window, then bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get out of here! Get gone with you. Ridiculous.
All right. So everybody except for Gunko heads into the storage container. As soon as you get in there, it's clear that not only have there been people here recently, there may be people here right now, even because it is well maintained on the inside, almost in the manner of like a small space station. So like as soon as you enter, like there's a place to hang up spacesuits, and there's a place to like, get
Well,
little
here's a quick
like
one.
hyper compressed oxygen containers.
How many
refilled.
empty hooks are there? And how many hooks are there?
Why are there hooks?
For
Um,
spacesuits, like to hang,
there's-
like or one assumes, like how many
Oh.
are there? How many suits are there? How many are not there?
There's literally dozens of suits hung up,
That's
and
too many
at
suits.
least 8 missing.
Just thought I'd check. Yeah, are they the weird androgynous person spacesuit, or are they?
No, it doesn't look like that exactly. It just these are more just like generic like hard suits.
Right. I pull out a gun, and I pull out my second gun.
How many guns you got?
Okay.
Al does the same.
There's a couple more slots for gun, depending on what your character sheet says. You can get all muscle gets like 5 or 6.
I've got a lot of guns.
Bobo is a teddy bear.
Roar!
Brett believes in the power of his own words.
So
Just sell enough shotgun.
yeah, and there's like some lights on. There's power in here. Kind of curious. Do you
Curious
wanna
is right.
venture further
Curious,
in?
curious. Are there any computer consoles nearby?
Take the space helmet off.
Not
I'm not
immediately.
taking off
Not-
my helmet. It provides protection against space.
From what?
There's nothing like networked close by. It's just like door panels and stuff.
I'm just kind of keeping my eyes open. Can I figure out, like, just from the kind of function of these outer rooms, what the hell they're trying to do here? Or is it just general space station-y vibe?
Yeah, I mean, from this outer area that you're in right now, that's just like this handful of rooms, like all you really get is like the vibe of like, maintenance being done in space. Like it could be anything,
Okay. Well, I think, y'all, we should proceed with caution.
I'm with that. I point my gun at the door.
Why I have the guns.
I agree.
An abundance of caution.
So do you want to venture in from
Put
the
the guns
entrance?
away.
It looks like there's probably some kind of hallway outside the door from what little you could see through like these little decoratively shaped like triangular fucking glass panels in the door. And there's only like a few of them in each door, and they're really weirdly spaced. And so it's like there's some kind of hallway out there, but you can't really tell that much about it. Other than that, like there's probably like a few different directions to go from there.
Do I hear any
Classic
footsteps
hallway.
ahead or anything like that?
No,
Um,
because we're in the vacuum of space. Why did you
No,
guys
we're
take off your
inside the
helmets?
damn ship. Jeez, what's wrong with
all
you?
you really hear is
Don't
the
have lungs.
quiet hum of space station. At least with the door closed.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I'm just gonna knock.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
It's not traditional to knock on a door that leads into a hallway. However, I appreciate the unorthodox
An
approach.
entryway, right?
I point Gimlet to the other side of the door,
I'm
and
just
I
trying to
stand
be
on one
polite.
side with
It's
the
not
gun.
like they're expecting us.
Yeah, you don't. You wait a minute, but you don't hear any response or anything.
Like we might have just told them we're here.
Can we open the door?
Oh boy.
Yeah, you can.
I kick down the door.
All right, so yeah, I mean, kicking down the door would be another matter. It's kind of a sliding spaceship metal door.
Yeah, it's hard
deal.
to kick.
But
that which
the door
buttons.
panel's right there, and it's not. It doesn't seem to be locked in any particular way. You can just open it. As
Right.
soon as you open the door and the air normalizes between the spaces a tiny bit, you hear a crowd cheering somewhere deeper inside.
Whose birthday is it?
Space fights.
Right.
Sid begins listing the names of people whose birthday it is in order of proximity to Earth.
I didn't mean that. I meant us.
Al, it's
Oh.
your time to shine.
Yeah,
Because
let's
rule
agree.
number 1 of Space Fight Club is you don't reference the classic film Fight Club.
You just referenced it.
He's actually referencing the lesser-known webcomic of the same name.
Space Fight Club is the webcomic name.
That's right.
Is that real?
I'm gonna go
Nothing
towards
is
the-
real. Just want to super clear about that. Yeah,
Yeah, nothing is real here.
All right, nothing is
Head
canon.
towards
Got
the
it.
source of the cheering. What do you say?
Yeah, let's go. I got
All right.
my full body spacesuit on.
So
I'm hanging out with Gimlet.
initially, there's just kind of some good-sized hallways, and then you see some obvious public restrooms. And then, as you're getting closer to the source of the cheering, suddenly you find yourself surrounded by food vendors, sort of with little carts lining this large hallway, and they're offering you all sorts of different, fried lizard on a stick, space cotton candy,
Spotting
purple
candy.
chew.
They got purple chew?
Of course, you got to have purple chew.
Purple Chew is a proud
and,
sponsor of whatever this is.
I can't stand the stuff.
Also, some of them are selling what appears to be sports jerseys. And there's a few people just sort of milling about buying things, but most of them are just sort of buying drinks or something quickly and then heading back away, the direction that you haven't gone yet towards the cheering.
For
we
what
in an arena?
teams are these jerseys for?
Yo, they got a LeBron space jersey?
Okay, too soon.
What?
Are any of you in particular familiar with the scene of amateur space sports? This is Blanche.
Oh shit, it's it's a Blanche game?
It's a secret Blanche arena.
Oh my
Oh, I can
Don't go
remember
regret
playing
staying on the ship.
playing Blanche in there with my friends on.
I remember when
As
my
a
dad gave me my
child.
first Blanche net.
Can I take my communicator and call Gunko real quick?
Blanche is a popular low or no gravity game. That you play with. You need a couple of oblong balls,
Oh, I thought you were
and
gonna say-
then one really big round ball.
Mm-hmm. And you have
And,
two sticks.
And there's some of the players
What?
have sticks. Not all the players have sticks. But the main goal of the game is to bounce the oblong balls off the huge round ball in this low or no gravity environment as everything's sort of bouncing around, including the people. And you get points every time you're able to throw one of those balls at the red ball. And there's also a bit of violence in the game. I mentioned the sticks.
Hell yeah. I was worried this was going to be some lame space bullshit, but no, now it's a real sport.
Yeah.
But why is this one secret?
Why is
Well,
it secret?
because this one, you're allowed to do it.
Is this a
The
blood
forbidden
sport?
technique.
What's the forbidden technique?
Oh, I
This
think
is
you know what the
Launch
forbidden technique
Dome.
is.
Is this a gladiatorial sport? Gladiatorial?
Not on the
What?
mainstream.
It's a clitoral
not.
sport. I'm sorry. Please move on.
What is a glitteral?
Brett
Here's the
finally
thing. Here's the
retracts
thing.
his comment.
Mainstream Blanche, like the kind that you can watch on space TV, on the
The
Space
refs never
Holocast.
see what they're saying. It always takes 30. There's always like a 30-minute commercial break that downloads into your brain while you're watching it.
Well, but also it's been highly regulated in recent years since the war, because it was believed that Blanche was used to train guerrilla fighters.
And by that, we
there's-
mean literal
There's sort of a history where maybe Blanche was invented as a way to train soldiers. And that's been kind of controversial, especially because, again, it was these sort of insurgent soldiers that attacked the previous galactic order.
So now at the big stadiums, they don't even let you buy Purple Chew after halftime. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, first of all, you can't get
It's
purple.
ridiculous.
I don't feel like I should even have to explain.
I'm an
further that you
adult.
can't
I should get Purple
Chew
Chew.
at a regulation game. But
Yeah,
I'll
after
keep
the
going.
7th inning stretch,
Um,
you should be allowed to continue drinking Purple Chew Light, the smoothie. This time, it's blue.
Not everybody's got to drive home.
Boo.
So
League
like,
still exists in this century.
modern mainstream Blanche is really like a tag sport, basically, and most people just aren't that into it. Whereas like these underground Blanche arenas are super popular because the players strap on lots of padding and they get these big, gnarly looking metal bats and they just fucking wail on each other.
They
in
remember
zero
what this
G,
sport is for.
just throwing each other around. the
This seems pretty
circular
barbaric.
arena.
They remember what it's like to Blanche.
I'm all right with it.
It's our heritage.
Yeah.
You know, I don't pay for the ad blockers. I get the Splint sports stats beamed straight into my brain every night. I cannot help but be a huge fan,
So realistically,
even as
at this
watered down
point,
as it is.
Blanche, like underground Blanche like this, does more revenue every year than mainstream Blanche, which is just like it's like cricket or something. Like who cares? I don't know.
It's like cricket.
Look, the rules are very
We
complex.
just
Dunko
spent
does not have
7
time.
minutes riffing it
I'm
out.
I'm
We
sorry to all
certainly
the people in
care.
this world who love cricket. A lot of people love cricket.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
especially
let me
us
tell you.
because they helped us escape from prison.
Let me tell you about space cricket, as it's called these days.
Space cricket is extremely popular, by the way.
Incredible. Third most played sport in the system behind horse fighting, and
It's like jousting, but we got rid of the jousters, okay?
and, the
Now,
one where
before
they
you say
play,
it's unethical, yes, it is. But
Thanks to advances in cloning and the
And,
fact that horses don't have souls,
Well, it's all robot
There's
horses
zero
now.
ethical
However,
issues.
the robot horses are sentient, can feel pain. So
and
made
the
them
one
that
where
way.
they
Unlike
play.
real horses, it's actually worse now. They made sentient robots because everybody assumed the horses were so great, and then science proved they ain't even got souls. So really, we're just, oh god, we're monsters.
oh god.
And the first one is the one where they play darts with decommissioned nuclear missiles.
What?
oh
That
yeah.
was my favorite.
What is the name of that?
Done
Boom.
and Dunner.
millions of people died is what we call it now. But
Yeah, but
Lawn
nuclear-
warheads. There it is.
Yeah.
I'm speechless.
Yeah,
Nuclear
lawn warheads
holocaust.
is extremely popular, although obviously very expensive because you have to play it on these really large scale. Like they cordon off these huge chunks of space. There's only like 8 arenas for it total.
yeah, but it
Something.
encompasses like 80% of habitable space.
No, it's not that much, but it's a lot.
Anyways, do they?
The
Who's
problem with
playing
the
that?
problem with lawn warheads is that the size of the game can change too, though. That's really where it.
Depending on the payload.
Well,
Okay,
but, I mean,
got-
I'm saying it can change during the
A
game,
collection-
though.
a
Also,
collection
because
of nation
convoluted
states
rules.
and corporations saw fit to regulate the game out of existence. It's just too much collateral damage.
Baby cowards. Look, the war
have
was
seen-
bad, but one good game of Splarts, right? Like, that was the stuff right there. Thousands, hundreds
I got
of
some
thousands.
questions about the station we're on.
Me too.
Oh, right, yeah. That.
No, only dumb bullshit riffs from here out. No,
Oh,
please.
Uncle not here.
So, in the area with all the vendors,
Uh-huh.
does that have gravity, or are we like floating around?
It's like a 3/4 gravity environment in here, roughly. It seems like they're trying to get as close as they can to full gravity, but this is the best they can do with the things that they have.
Oh boy.
Right. Well, seems to me if this piece of space junk has been developed to this extent, makes me think that perhaps. Oh no, it's gone Minnesota.
But
Right, it makes me think.
Those of you who had Gimlet to place, please bring your slips to the cashier.
Okay, we're not actually paying these out, are we?
No.
We don't have any money. There's not a cashier. They don't
what are
have
you
slips.
talking about? All of our viewers owe me 70 bitcoins for
Oh,
putting in the new accent.
I've got it back.
Oh
It's
no,
fine.
no. There's plenty of slips. There's just no cashier.
This is how you kill a community.
I've got it back. It makes me think perhaps there are people around who know the area, this field, and perhaps perhaps that we could ask some questions.
Hey, look at me. I know accents.
Yeah, I mean, Blanche, Bobo and Brett, this. Blanche is extremely popular amongst miners and salvagers, both to watch and to play.
I swear to God, they are called salvors, and we are going to learn that today. It is a French word. The person who does it is a salvor. They get salvage. It's like garbage. It's not
a
important. I'm super
salvor.
sorry.
Okay.
Still good.
The longer we're in here, the stronger the urge is getting for Brett to sign everyone up on the play sheet.
Don't do it. Don't you do it.
Oh, yeah, there's an amateur match later.
Oh no. All right, I get Dunko on the communicator.
Yeah, semi-pro
Uncle
match
does regret
going on.
saying
That's
ho.
apparently going on right now.
It's called Open Mic Night, and it's very ironic because last time they ran it, Mike did get his body opened.
Oh.
God, who's Mike?
Coincidentally, one of the semi-professional teams that is here right now is from the everlasting Macadamia here to play.
Oh no.
Just when we think we're out, they pull us back in.
I
We
open
should
up
see
my
if they
shirt
remember us.
and look inside my rib cage. Is Nuts, do you know any of these people?
Oh God, Nuts is here?
Nuts never left.
Nuts
Oh,
never
no.
left, baby. He's been in my rib cage.
Wait, if you left the ship without a suit on, how did Nuts survive?
Because
He's
Nuts
got a
was
tiny
wearing a
little
suit. You
suit.
freaking
Nuts
idiot.
had a tiny little suit. Yeah, duh.
No.
Why does it
Yeah, let me tell you.
Do you
That's a
think
big-
Nuts isn't prepared for this shit?
You never know where you're going in a
Do you
skeleton.
take Nuts for a chump?
Nuts has more brain cells than the entire actual party.
I should have
It's true.
warned you about
It
questioning
was
the
a
costume
very-
choices of the animal companions. It's always bad. Your co-hosts always jump on you. Never do it.
It was a very sudden exit, is all I'm saying. He might have been caught by surprise.
This can be a flashback if you want, kidding me.
To bring nuts with you.
To bring nuts with
Yeah, I
you,
think that
guess.
should be a flashback. I think that's a
Just to fucking
I think that's a one stress flashback.
yeah. Understandable. I get that.
Nuts hasn't left Everlasting Macadamia a lot in the last few years, and he just thought it'd be fun to tag along with some job for a job or two.
This apparently incredibly powerful crime lord.
It
Just,
was
you know,
also-
hanging out.
He's not incredibly. He runs like a small gang that mostly deals in like surveillance and information, like which is pretty low tier criminal activity when you really think about it.
They're
So,
not
like-
all animals. Just wanted to
But
make
some
that
of them
clear.
definitely are. We've established that too.
Anyway, he's not necessarily planning to stick with you for a long time, but he's a job or two, whatever.
He's here for a good time, not
He
a
could
long
dip
time.
off for a bit and let his people run things. It's not a big deal.
Here, I got
Under
Oh, we
boss.
gotta blackmail some people. Everybody in his gang knows what to do. Who to blackmail? Yeah, okay. So Nuts is with you for one stress. So there's a team. There's a Blanche team. So there's 2 Blanche teams playing right now. Blanche can have up to 4 teams, but it's more. The typical is just 2.
How good are you at this game?
I mean,
And,
Brett didn't get a scholarship to
What?
You got
university.
a Blanche scholarship?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you think I'm just a pretty face and also the vessel for parasitic war AI?
We also got a cute butt, but I wasn't gonna say anything.
Well, yeah, because all of the
That's-
Blanche practice.
Ah,
Look,
shit. Yeah.
Brett Stat showed up in Gunko's dreams. That's why I knew his name.
Yeah, like why do you think Brett has a point in Scrap? It's not an ironic joke about him being a former spacer / salvager.
I guess I do
Sports.
have 3.
Salvor.
Physical
No.
sports.
In
All right,
space,
so
it changes.
The team from the Everlasting Macadamia is called the Nimble Penguins.
Oh god.
And they're playing a team that's apparently from a mining colony near Mercury called the United Cougars.
They're actually all male.
Oh god, they're working together.
It's terrifying. Penguins riding cougars.
So that's the game
Yeah.
that's going on right now. There's going to be a couple of amateur games after. You could sign up. Coincidentally, a team for Blanche is exactly 6 people. Isn't that crazy?
How convenient.
No shit.
Can I use my communicator to call Gunko now?
No, we already have Nuts as our 6.
There's nothing in the
Squirrel.
rules that says a squirrel can't play ball
There's nothing
or
in the
whatever.
rules
Right.
saying a squirrel
Hold
can't
on.
play Blanche.
Oh,
I made a choice.
Nuts-
I'm gonna live with it.
Nuts
Sorry.
was injured badly playing Blanche once, and he is not interested.
What?
Oh, you're gonna have to get Gunko, I guess.
Yeah,
All right,
so
so
Brett's
Gunko.
gonna look over to the person next to him and be like, "Hey, you want to be our 6?"
Why?
What is wrong with you?
Yes.
I
Guess that.
Meanwhile, you could just be watching my feed if you want to just know what's happening while this
Nah, I'm
goes
just
on.
kidding. Gunko, you want in?
It seems to me that there's no reason for us to be playing it yet.
Well,
Perhaps if
obviously,
one
I'm gonna
provided.
bet on us.
I mean, we get to brutalize people. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, we have a taste for blood, and also
What's the vote? Okay. Brett and Al want to play for sure. It's Gunko wants to play.
The squirrel doesn't want to play.
But,
It's going nuts.
Gunko's still on the ship. Gunko is
Al
not.
Al
going
said
to-
he's gonna call Al. Let's just do it.
Ah, damn.
Al.
I call up Gunko.
Fine. I need to
Gunko, I
hand
need your
control
help
of the
here.
ship over. I need to hand control of the ship over to the single most endearing character trait left on the bridge that is not a main character. What's that guy's name?
You want
You're
me to
talking
come
about-
up with his name?
Alexa Flower Spring. She's
You're not
7
getting
years
about
old.
Alexa
And she's the
Flower
best goddamn
Ale-
pilot this universe has ever seen.
He's not 7.
I mean, yeah, I trust
70.
Alexis with it.
70.
Oh,
She's a
70.
hologram.
Yeah.
Hologram.
Some sort of-
of
Yeah,
the
she's a
lady.
70-year-old hologram lady. Yeah, Alexa
70-year-old
Flower Spring.
hologram lady. All right.
Wait,
All
the
right.
cook?
Flower Spring, I got sports to win. Let's go. Suit up.
You got it. Come
honey,
go.
don't worry. I got everything under control around here. I got a pan of cornbread in the oven, and I just checked to make sure that all of the stabilizer fluids are good in the engine room.
And
You
she
know we
pulls
love
out
you,
the
right?
biggest
You
wine
Rifehour
you've
Spring.
ever seen.
We adore you. You're just the light of our ship. Thank you.
You know, she's real sweet, but you don't want to know why she was in prison.
Oh, we know why.
I'm afraid to ask.
I think
Don't
she
eat the
killed those
cornbread.
ladies.
The
Insurance
forbidden
fraud.
technique.
There's
Oh.
no corn involved.
I hang up the communicator, I guess.
Hey,
Right,
Gunko, what's up?
All
It's
right,
me,
Hey,
Douglas
so,
Abernathy.
we're doing a
I'm signing up the
sports,
Douglas
ah!
Abernathy experience for blonde.
y'all are all shopping anyway, and you're not like far away, so Gunko shows up. We don't need there's no gap.
Thank you.
Just to be clear. All right, so
gap.
so Bobo, Gimlet, Sid, are y'all in this Blanche game?
I want to
You
investigate
could
the
win money
previous-
and prestige.
right, but I would
Well,
like to
You could also get injured.
investigate
Never
the
was much good in the
previously mentioned people who might have been in the region for a while, perhaps helped renovate this station here. Perhaps they might know about potential areas of interest. Perhaps
Gunko helps by looking for black jumpsuits.
Hey, where can I, get
Gimlet,
hammered?
if that's your goal, I think the best way to meet and befriend the local salvagers would be to play Blanche with them.
Yeah.
All
Yeah, I had a
right.
feeling it
Look.
might be. We're called
Very
the
well.
Salvors. That's our team name. God damn
But
it. And Sid Wright
alternatively,
scrolls
I
that
will
in the
say
wall.
for the record, alternatively,
this robot.
sitting around with people watching Blanche, drinking heavily, and betting on Blanche is a pretty close second. So
Nah, we got 6 able-bodied dudes here. We all know the rules. They're beamed into our brains every night if you're not paying for the ad blockers. Like, come on. Let's
It's just
look.
teammates. Fair
Is
warning,
that what
I
those
am
are?
like absolutely no
Yeah.
good in this crap. Like I can
Yeah.
tinker with mining equipment and make friends. That's what
Right.
That's
I-
fine. That's fine. Blanche uses mining equipment. It's fine. There's
Listen,
drills.
hitting
It's great.
people, okay. Hitting people with a stick is not the only role in Blanche. That's only
There's more
2
to it.
people out
Yeah.
of this 6-person team. Okay, it's gonna have
Some,
well,
Are
actually,
you trying to tell me
3
there's
people-
like really strategy to it?
three
Yeah,
people will have
but you
sticks
can-
technically, but 2 of them have like full-size sticks, and then one of them has this like hologram stick that only works sometimes. Okay,
Right, and also we have to remember.
And then
that-
the other times it makes a fart noise.
well,
I don't like that
it's only
stick.
active. It's only active if the other team meets certain requirements
There-
at the time. So
Which I'm
Yeah.
sure you'll
There
tell
is
us
an
when that
algorithm.
happens.
And Brett lost their scholarship because their AI was feeding them information about the other team's movements. And that's why they got canceled from the sport. That's why they had to drop out.
All right, pass me that stick.
Everybody knows this if you know about Blanche.
So there's going to be 2 people that are primarily physical on the team. One like slightly physical, but also like kind of flex player, and
Yep.
then the other
then-
3, 2 of them are going to be primarily
Flex.
focused on
That's 7.
scoring, and then one of them is going to be like a sort of outfielder.
Yeah.
Sort
So
of like
let me inform you how Blanche actually works. So you got the 2 stickers, all right? You got the semi sticker, that's number 3. Number
that's
4,
Brett.
Where
that's your
did you get that
dedicated
hat?
sports
Turn it
psychologist,
around.
all right? The
That's it.
point of the sports psychologist is that you have to engage the other sports psychologist on the other team in a game of wits.
It's like a psychic battle.
Yeah.
yeah, Blanche
gotta
is a little
pick
like
them out.
chess boxing. I forgot to
It's,
mention that.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
fifth player
Yes,
is the
boss.
one that is trying to manipulate the 0G field in order to give players 1 through 4 the advantage.
Right.
See, that's
And
Bobo
then
right there.
the 6th player is your scorer throwing the ball.
Yeah, that's
Right.
Gimlet.
The 6th player has the lacrosse stick and the gun.
Yeah.
No,
The
there's
forbidden
no, there's
technique
no,
is
they haven't
loading.
had, even in illegal Blanche, they haven't had guns in decades. Okay, Brad.
Well, can
all
we
I'm
bring one
saying
anyway,
is
though,
at
for the
frat
tradition of it?
parties-
Now that said, they do have
Okay,
a stun
so-
gun.
Yeah!
but that's
Give Gimlet the taser.
not exactly the same.
It's unfortunate I'm so skilled in acts of violence.
Yeah. Unfortunate for the other team, maybe.
All right, so who's taking which positions on the team? We've got 1 and 2 are stickers. 3 is a semi-sticker, also semi-scorer. 4 is team psychologist, who's playing
Playing mind games.
What's at stake there though? Like the other one controls the gravity somehow. I feel like that should be combined, maybe even.
No, it's their will to live
No,
that's
it's
being
very
controlled
important.
via psychology. So
Yeah,
it's really
you-
just
you
a modifier
just
on their
try that out.
enthusiasm for the love of the game.
So
If
if either of the team psychologists loses willpower, then their team just loses. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or,
because they never want to
There's
play launch
Well,
again.
they just suffer penalty. I would say suffer penalty for cohesion.
They're
You know,
engaged
you
in,
know,
like,
if
So
you
it's
want
like
to
you
make
have
it
to have a
battle.
full team on the field. So if you make the other person like
Yeah, if you get
Like,
the
take
other
the ball and go
psychologists to
home.
quit, it's not like they're subs. So just like they're no longer able to play the game.
All right. So the team.
The
the
thing you
team
have to
the team
understand about
psychologist-
scoring in Blanche
Yeah.
is that it is like kendo, in which there is a statistically significant, important facet of the game, which is team spirit. And that's where the psychologist role evolved from, because previously your enthusiasm in like the early aughts was not a part of the sport, but it's really changed the game once they brought it in. It's great at
All
the
right,
whole
so
new level.
The 2 team psychologists are psychically assaulting each other in the hopes that one of them will quit the game.
Yeah, the yell insults. The more
You can
creative, the
also
better.
be penalized just for low morale.
There's
Too.
fouls.
So you really
It's called
got
a
to
free throw.
keep it up there. And like when that low morale penalty's in effect, that's when semi stickers got the hologram baton, fucking getting the beat ass.
Now you're thinking with psychologies.
So then there's the player that like has the huge oversized gloves on and is manipulating the gravity fields as they float around and trying not to get beaten up by the stickers who particularly like to beat up that player. By the way,
They're
the
modified
stickers can
Hulk
also
hands.
beat up the psychologist. And then
They gotta be fast.
and then player number
Fast
6
and mean.
the scorer. So who's doing what on the team?
Sticker.
I guess I'm a sticker.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the last one?
Score.
I feel like
Scorer.
we
You're
should've-
throwing
we
the
should've
ball.
gone back
The
and got
oblong
Lana,
balls
'cause
at
she
the
would've been
big
a great,
red ball.
psychologist.
Wait, sorry, say again, Boba.
We should have gone back for Lana. She would have been a great psychologist.
Yeah, well,
Lana's tied up in. a
No
game
one even
that
knows
she-
where.
I'm gonna try and be a scorer, I guess, because I'm not gonna be good at making people feel bad.
So that leaves me as the semi sticker, and Al will be our sports psychologist. Is that how it's laying out?
Oh.
Wait,
And
hold
wait,
on.
Sid's gravity manipulator?
I mean, that seems like a hack, if anything is, right?
Is it hacking or rigging
Mhm.
to manipulate a
Mhm.
gravity field?
I mean, I'm manipulating an existing piece of
Yeah.
technology. I am not making
I
a
would
thing. I am not repairing it.
No, I think
I'm
it's
just,
hacking. I think it's
I'm
hacking.
just flexing. Yeah, I just put my like, I just put my weird fingers into the little milkers.
Oh.
oh, gross.
All right, so,
Yeah, you gotta
so
squeeze the gravity out.
So Sid's
Very
gonna squeeze
Made me
gravity.
Really uncomfortable. I don't know
Bobo,
why.
you're scorer. You're throwing the ball, right?
Yes.
right in the milkers.
Dunko and Alice
Yeah.
stickers. Brett's the semi-sticker, and
Right.
Gimlet's the psychologist. Is that correct?
What they don't tell you is actually the psychologist. It's a little known loophole. They can actually use a gun.
It's true.
But you can't fire the gun.
Well,
The team is allowed
no,
one
you
gun.
can use it. It's a stun gun.
So,
Yeah.
Okay. Never
You
mind.
don't have to engage in psychic warfare. You can just use the taser.
I mean, it's a kind of psychic warfare.
Yeah.
Look,
Okay.
you're manipulating neurons either way.
All right. So this is a heist within a heist now.
I'm deeply
Double
excited about this.
heist.
Launch
Just
session.
profoundly excited.
Yeah, maybe.
I know I said stick to the plan like an hour ago, but fuck
basically
that.
tell you these are the stakes. Is that if you win the game, you'll get a little bit of extra money for the heist at the end. Probably just like a cred, to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.
But if we
I'm feeling
lose,
generous. But if you lose, if you play well and show some skill, you'll have an easy in with
The
the sort of
locals.
miners and scavengers who hang out here a lot.
All
all
right.
right, I'm in.
I'm excited to run with the bad boys.
I pick up a stick.
You
I
know,
pull up with a stick.
Oh,
I haven't
pick up
held the
again.
hollow stick in my hands since that fateful day.
Oh, come on.
Brett, what do you think? Hexagonal formations?
I'm thinking demented Q.
Oh, damn.
What is a demented cube?
I'm
There's
just-
a Latin-
See, Al, that's what separates you from the guys who could have gone pro.
I mean, I'm just gonna
It
tell
puts
you
the
straight.
spike
I'm
and the
not
gravity
smart.
controllers in defensible positions so they don't get tased, you know?
See, the
It's very
trick
important.
is in a demented Q, you got to run the stun voltage through the high gravity formation so that it spikes down on the psychologist.
All right, just don't hit me with that thing.
Yeah, that's a very real danger. Do not
I
move
don't know
super
what will
erratically.
happen, but something will happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
demented
just-
Q. It's called that
just don't
way
get hit.
because of all the
All right,
dementia that you
so,
can be exposed to.
Yeah, it's brutal.
So since this is just an amateur game, this is going to be first team to 3 points.
Sure, we all know pro games go to 7.
3 points.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And so
By these pros.
Well, otherwise
So-
you can't sell enough advertising to make it worth broadcasting.
basically, like
Hardly true.
the people running
That's still true.
the sort of scene here, the one that in particular you get to know the most is called Rombs. Rombs,
Like
is,
RHOMBS.
yeah. Rombs is like he's like
Kind
one
of
of the general managers of this arena, it would seem, this sporting arena, and he is like setting you up. He's like, all right, I got some shoulder pads that'll fit you right here. Here you go. These will
thank you.
work.
Yeah,
You know,
I
appreciate
doubt it, but
Well,
let's try.
Like just going around
Like I
like
have flesh
basically
again.
setting you up with the spare equipment, reminding you of like some rules and etiquette things you'll be penalized for, etc. As he's like going, don't forget, you can't hit people direct in the shin with the stick. You
you
gotta
can't.
keep it you gotta keep it on the thighs, on the arms.
Keep it above the knees.
Don't
But
be hitting them in
below
the head
the
either. Come
fingers.
on, I want I know this is underground, but we still keep it clean, okay?
Are we allowed
Wait,
to use
does
our
clean
fists,
include-
or is that like kind of a loose thing?
Yeah, 1 boxing and 2 the underarm strike. Is that outlawed even in this?
Yeah.
You hit him just right in the armpit. Fucks
Yeah,
him right
yeah,
up.
yeah.
It's
a
great.
little,
Clear the
classic
room.
boxing or wrestling is fine. The underarm strike, we did have to ban that one. It was just
Yeah,
it
okay.
causes way too many injuries, kid.
All right.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, it's
Yeah,
a great
that's
way to
legit.
dislocate your entire everything.
By the
Okay.
way, my name's Douglas Abernathy. It's not anything else that you might have heard.
Oh,
Don't you
man.
start that now.
I feel a stroke.
Don't start
coming
giving
on.
your name to the nice gentleman.
So Roms, like, kind of sets you up and is basically like, you guys show a little bit of promise, so try not to mess up out there, and maybe I'll buy you a beer or something.
Oh, just
I'd
one?
like to attempt to sway this dude a little bit by grabbing Brett and going, "Oh, you don't recognize Brett? This is Brett right here. You remember from the college games? Hey,
That's
look,
the
he's got
guy.
the
My
background
name ain't
stuff.
Brett. It's Douglas Abernathy. It's Douglas
Look, it's just
Abernathy.
like on all the cards."
Yeah.
All those
And
cards.
Douglas Abernathy was his
What?
name, I thought.
Yeah, my name's Douglas Abernathy.
Look, he's going by it. He thinks it makes him look cooler than his
Space
sport
U.
career.
Might remember
We both
him
know
from
that
other
that's bullshit,
crimes.
So
right?
go fighting Irish
Hey,
in Spain.
whoa.
Roms.
Go
Also,
fighting
uh,
Space Irish.
All the
Looking at his
crimes.
chin.
There we go.
The crimes he did. The
I
crimes.
didn't do any crimes. He just
You didn't do any crimes. Let's love
he was-
I mean,
He
we
was
all
just
did.
smarter than the other
It's
I
player.
never committed a
to get on
crime.
the
We
line
were-
for
we
the
were
If
all
goal.
anything, my
Yeah.
only crime is
You
loving blondes.
you don't
too
remember when we were in jail together? We did.
Whoa,
crimes.
whoa,
I
whoa,
have never been
whoa,
in jail in
whoa.
my life.
whatever nonsense y'all are rambling on about wanders off to go set up the other team.
See you, Rollins.
So the semi-pro game between the Nimble Penguins and the United Cougars wraps up with a pretty decisive win for the Cougars.
in overtime.
Poor
It did
Penguins.
go into overtime, but the
because of the
Cougars
multi-ball.
were
Yeah.
able to score 4 points in overtime.
Oof.
Thus,
That's an entire
That's a
game
lot.
of amateur and then some.
yeah.
And then some.
Might be. They
so,
might be looking
it
at
was-
pro status.
It was a sudden crush. It seemed like the Nimble Penguins just kind of got worn out. In particular, their team psychologist
Just lost
seemed
the
to have
will.
almost no willpower left.
He just doesn't have an eye
It's
now.
tough.
Look, guys, I'm just not sure your dreams mean anything. I'm sorry.
Maybe we should just give up. Do what our parents wanted us to do. Go work in the
All we've
firm.
got to do is
Make
beat
something
this
for
spread.
ourselves.
Now I really feel bad for those Penguins.
You know, even though they get the least injuries by far, team psychologists quit the most.
has the highest turnover rate. Oh, that's so sad.
They just zip him up in a big bag, crying, and put him over their shoulder. Come on, let's get on
Right.
the space
Is
bus.
is that my job? Is that my job? My,
Yeah,
Yeah, Gimli,
Oh.
signed up for it.
Isn't
I'm
that what you
sorry.
did back in the day, too?
if you don't do well, I'll shoot you.
Well, that's a
Yeah,
pep
that's
talk.
motivating. Yeah.
Like with a gun or with just a stun gun?
Yeah, what's it gonna be? with?
It's up for you. For you to
Dealer's
figure
choice.
out.
It is. Okay.
Yeah, just got to look into my heart and see which gun I really want. Yeah, okay. I got it.
The real gun was friendship all along.
Oh God.
You know, now you're really starting to sound like you're turning over a new leaf.
All right. And Brett reaches into his spacesuit and he goes, you know, I had a feeling something like this was going to happen. And he pulls out 6 water bottles filled with a mysterious substance. And he goes, here, we used to drink this right before every game, and it really gave us a pep up.
Did you pee in this?
No, there's no piss whatsoever.
It's their
Except, of
purple
course,
team.
for the
Right, this is
reconstituted
just
purified
purple
water.
chew. This is just liquid.
It's not
chew.
purple chew, all right? It's Brett's special stuff.
I don't think I can drink this. It might melt me.
Kennedy, what's the
Is this
what's
like,
the
is this
devil's
like an
bargain?
item thing? Are you like spending load on this, Brett, or what? What's what do you do here?
Sure, I will
Is
use.
this illicit drugs?
Yes.
He definitely spent some loads on it, that's for sure.
All right, so
Oh, this is drugs?
Brett has some kind of performance-enhancing drug.
All right, bottoms up.
I'm not even going to demand that you tell me if you took it right now, but that's going to be a devil's bargain for this.
Al took it. Al already
Is it-
took it.
Does this count as mystic ammunition?
Al, by the way, remember how you recognized that dude earlier?
Oh,
You also think Roms looks ever so slightly familiar?
Why do I know that guy?
Because he's just a good feller.
Pretty sure I've seen that guy somewhere before. Why is it always me?
So anyway, the semi-pro teams finish up and they like reset the gravity in the ring and put everything back in its like starting
Give the
position,
psychologist
etc.
a mug of hot cocoa.
Yeah, Gimlet, they give you a mug of hot cocoa as is tradition. Just a little, just a little
I need
something
that
to
now.
pep you up before you go in. And y'all go in against this other amateur team. They seem to be calling themselves the Uranium Scorpions. What are you calling yourselves?
The scavengers.
It's a bit on the nose, isn't it?
I hate you, but that's
Didn't,
No, we
didn't
don't
the
have-
robot
ourselves-
already suggest something?
I hate
earlier?
this
the Sal
robot.
Wars.
The
The
Sal Wars.
It's
Sound
the
like
actual
the word.
name. It's the
Right,
word.
I've never heard that word in my life.
Can we just mumble
don't,
something and
think
be
that's a word.
the
The inscrutable salvers. All right. I'll do this
What if
for
we
you just this once, Sid.
The inscrutable salvers.
Inscrutable salvers.
You can finally
hate
see
it.
the little beeping light that represents Sid's
Yeah, there's
vocabulary
like a
chip
blinking
go off.
green LED, and it's just like a smiley face as the indicator.
I hate this robot.
What about Junkadelic Parliament?
I am an unpopular model.
Who
All right,
gave
the
you a
inscrutable
creativity matrix?
salvers.
My colleagues
I
were
don't know.
discontinued.
I need it removed.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
All right. So it seems like they're kind of going for a classic wedge formation for the most part to start things off with. They got their stickers kind of up front, and
pinpoint the
gravity
therapist.
manipulator at the back. Of course, team psychologists are both just sort of floating up towards the top of the arena, staring each other down. But
Is it a psychologist or a therapist?
No, they're sports psychologists.
Okay. I was just
It's the only use for that major in the future.
Just double
Now,
checking.
we agreed on the inscrutable Q formation, right?
The demented Q.
The demented Q. Oh, that's different.
Okay.
But both legitimate formations.
I have no
It's like,
idea what that means.
demented
I'm just
Q.
gonna
Oh no,
start
and
picking
changes
it.
position.
I just picked
all right,
up the
so how do you
I'll follow your
want to
lead.
lead? How do you want to lead this demented Q? Is this like an aggressive, like maybe you're gonna start beating people up right away? Is this like get the ball right away? Is this fuck gravity up a lot?
Yeah. So
Like,
how
who's
it works?
taking the lead here?
How it works is that Bobo is obviously going to
Rolling.
start in the volcanic cone, which is obviously a part of the field, and which both of the gravity manipulators have to escape first by assembling the monkey statue, because that activates their field manipulators. Everyone knows this.
What's happening?
Normally the volcano is sponsored, but this is an amateur league, so it doesn't really.
Yeah, it's just a paper mache volcano.
It's not that. They put some like party lights in it that are red.
They're doing the best. It's not real lava,
So-
but we'll take it.
The stickers are going to bounce themselves off of the walls in order to get some effective thrust vectoring going on. The semi-stickers are obviously going to be protecting the sports psychologists at first because they will be in earshot of being able to know when their hollow stick is activated. But what's weird about a demented Q is that actually the semi-sticker and the sports psychologist will be facing back to back in order to try and get the advantage, which is a huge risk.
Yeah, the regular Q has them in a linear formation in which they are both covering the same attack vector. It's stronger for offense, but this is a better all-rounder defense position.
So
Like
this
a
you're
small
going
burnt
defense.
toast.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yep, we're going defense because
Yeah.
the crux of the strategy is to give the
Yeah,
sports
defense with an
psychologist
advantage to the
pacing
flanking
play
stickers.
as fast as possible.
All right. Well, it sounds like that they're all rallying around a defensive position to keep you going, Gimlet. So
Right. What type of weaponry do I have in this situation again?
You
have a
have
stun gun.
your mind and a stun gun.
Right.
Psychology. God damn, the most powerful
Yeah.
weapon there
Psychology.
is.
Yeah,
Oh,
you got bitter insults and tasers.
I use my incredibly powerful brain to shoot the other sports psychologist with the stun gun.
Holy shit!
It's bold. Bold, but
Right out.
completely
all right,
legal.
roll scrap.
Because I'm assisting him in the queue, can I use a stress to give him an extra die?
Mm-hmm.
I was just standing there watching and screaming, "Holy shit!"
Now Gunko's involved in this formation. I do feel like everybody needs to be aware that Gunko has an ability called Backup. An ally's push costs 1 stress on any action that you set up or assist. So feel free to push yourselves, y'all.
Well, we'll be doing a lot of pushing in 0G.
Can I push myself then?
Well, Brett's helping you. You
Oh,
can,
please-
but it'll
please
cost you
don't-
2 stress, not 1.
Don't push yourself.
Okay, so I only have 3 die. All right.
Only 3? Oh no.
You could also take a devil's
bargain,
Don't forget about it.
Drink that drink.
Drink.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, can I
you want
Wait.
performance?
Stop getting me in
enhancing drugs?
trouble.
Do the dog.
Yeah, why not? Let's say that Gimlet has drank the drink before the start of the match.
I do think we're calling it Done the Dog.
Done the
Keep
dog.
in mind, I'm only going to let each person use the performance enhancing boost once per the match.
Well, this is a key strategy. This is a
Okay.
key plan.
All right.
So, all right, 4 die.
That's a lot of dice.
A 4, a 6, a 1, and a 3.
All right.
Six, baby. Dimension
not bad.
Q, it's off to the
So
races.
by stunning the enemy team psychologist right away with a defensive play that they didn't see coming, and of course, like I said, they were kind of going aggressive, so like they just kind of walked into it to some extent.
Oh, they haven't heard of reverse psychology. I see.
Yeah, that's why we're back to back.
I think this
That's
is
why Gimlet's my guy.
electroshock in this sense. But yeah.
So y'all are able to score the first point. So the score is currently 1-0. However, their semi-sticker has their hollow baton activated, as they're now behind. And they seem to be going for the even more aggressive but highly unpredictable swirling starfish formation, as far as you can tell. And you're feeling nervous. So who's gonna lead the charge for the next point here?
I mean, as the semi sticker, it is up to Brett to face off against this swirling starfish.
What did you just check?
No, I was making
Definitely
Not
not our positions. Gunko's gonna let him springboard off of his physical stick to add a little bit more velocity and momentum to the hollow stick.
Give me that joy de vivre.
And,
Yeah, give him the whoosh.
Gimlet provides covering fire.
So is the psychologist therapist guy, is he just out?
No, I mean, if the
This is his
psychologist
case.
was out, we
Well,
would.
he was just stunned long enough for y'all to score the first point.
Yeah,
All right, I target him.
it's true.
All right, so Al goes to beat up the enemy team psychologist
Double
while
it down.
Gunko and Brett prepare an alley-oop
Yeah, I guess that's a
pass
scramble
to
roll.
Bobo, so Bobo can score. Is that probably the...
Yeah,
Fastball special.
Gonna make sure this psychologist can't walk again.
All right, so
Yeah, I'm
We'll do
kind of
that.
overweight.
I
I'm just
love-
gonna like be
I
in a
love
cherry
baseball.
picking position.
yeah, you're just waiting for that perfect
Just like-
moment to catch and then throw again.
All right.
Boom.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Here.
That is RP.
all right.
We got you on orbital. It's very important.
Okay, so let's have Al's roll to beat up the other team psychologist first.
So I guess I got 3 in that.
Oh God! Yeah!
I got-
Sports!
Do
I
you
got
want
a-
perform? Oh wait.
Oh, sorry. I got a 6, a 4, and a 3, so 13.
Well, the 6 is what's important.
They don't add up together. It's just you never.
So is this
you did good. You're quite no. Let's hope.
No, he doesn't
maybe.
die
So,
because
so the
again, there
psychologist
is
is like
a good
shaking
team
off the
game.
stun a little bit, and Al just runs over and starts beating the shit out of him. And you're able to get a few really solid blows in before one of their stickers kind of gets in the way and starts turning it into a brawl that you have to start fighting a little more defensively, you know? Yeah, you
And
really,
then-
as well as the hitting him with the stick, you really get one like sucker punch in just with your fist too. Just really.
Just like when I was growing up at school. Oh.
You know, historically, this was played on ice. And they call it hockey.
Oh,
And it was like boxing and like maneuvering the thing, but this is more like fencing a lot of the time.
All right, so
It's really an evolution.
the other team is pretty heavily distracted, setting you up for a good play here, Brett and Gunko. Brett,
So as Gunko gives Brett the boost to guide the ball over to Bobo, that's what's happening, right?
yeah, Bobo's just, he's
Yeah,
wheezing,
Bobo-
he's out of breath, but he's in a position that's ideally suited for scoring.
Yeah.
If you
So I
send the
guess
ball to him.
this is rolling scramble to like be thrown around in 0G.
Yeah, Brett, you know this. It's a 3-star constellation, which I am the first star, and I send you to the second star, which leads us to the third star, which is Bobo.
Take me to the
Know
moon,
this.
baby. That's a 5 and a 1. Because I'm assuming that Gunko is assisting.
Yes.
So the pass is a little bit,
It's a little
Ah.
bit off. Yeah.
and
It's a little
Bobo,
rusty.
you're
It's been a
kind of
while.
scrambling to get the ball, and you realize that the sticker that wasn't tied up, messing around with Al, is kind of coming towards you.
Yep. But as
Um,
Brett's being thrown upwards, he's like to the other team, "Hey guys, your psychologist is getting his ass beaten. He sucks
Also,
at this."
by now you've assembled the golden monkey, and you can
Well-
manipulate gravity. Don't
well,
forget that.
then. Oh no, that was kind of the question: is have I'm going to have to fight whoever
Roll
else
to
is trying to
assemble the
assemble
golden
that?
monkey statue.
But then yeah, what
But
you
you
hear
have
is
your own monkey statue. It's just a puzzle.
oh well, then yeah, it's just 3 monkey pieces, and he's like, oh well, this one goes.
It's a
clearly
lot
in
harder
order.
than you'd think.
I've
The
heard the
pressure
guy
of the
interview with
light
the guy. It
and
seems
See, the cool
complicated.
thing about it is it's a futuristic puzzle. So you put it together and it literally fuses together, and then it breaks apart in a unique way each time using a special algorithm. So it's not like, oh yeah, I've done the monkey puzzle 1,000 times.
You know what it's
I
supposed
know
to look like on the other side, but not
Right.
what it looks, not how it broke up. Gotcha.
Right.
It's a reason we gave this to the robot.
Yeah, and he whips it right, puts it right together, and then like has got his little milk udder fingertip gloves, and
Yep, the big
is
gloves.
just does whatever the next part is, which I'm going to assume is just like whips his hands up really high, and it sort of inverts the entire position of everyone, and kind of, which is of course it's the demented part of the demented cue, because it doesn't
Yeah.
seem like it should do anything because you invert everyone, so everyone should be in the same place.
Yeah.
But the balls aren't in the same place.
Ah!
All right,
So-
Sid, roll hack, and if you're successful, Bobo, you'll suddenly be flung to the other side of the arena, but the ball will be in your hands.
I am drinking the drink. And that is-
Gunko wants to help out with this by taking advantage of the gravitational shift to help intercept the sticker.
nice. Then
Nice.
that is between the drink, that is 4, and that is 1, 2, 4, and 5. So 5.
All right, Gunko, unfortunately, you and the sticker have quite the gnarly collision, and you're going to take a level 1 harm of just being a little beaten up. But
Somebody hit you
Bobo,
with a stick.
you're in position. Suddenly you have the ball as everything flips around, and you manage to throw that scoring throw just before you throw up from being inverted.
All right.
So the score is now 2-0.
And we gotta wait for the Space Zamboni to clear the air, because that's nasty.
No, there's like a guy like in Bloodsport that reaches out and grabs a tooth off of the thing.
Throws
No,
it to
it's
some kid in the
it's
stands.
actually a little drone comes out and sprays
With a
like
leaf
a
blower.
foam, and then like encapsulates it, and then just carries it out of the field. But it does. There's a moment between. Before the next point. There's a moment of kind of reset that has to happen because of several players throwing up.
Well, all right,
which is not untypical.
all right,
that
fans, we're
therapist
gonna have a
doesn't look
moment
too
to
good
clean up
right
the field here. Y'all go out and get some more purple chew and a little bit of that heroin. We'll be back with you in a couple of minutes.
So you have just a moment to huddle up if you want to before the next play here. The Uranium Scorpions look pissed.
Oh, shit.
Good.
Yeah,
Right,
we've been doing some real dirty plays.
we've
This is
been
not
really
stuff
showing
that's
them
normal.
here.
Yeah.
For plot reasons, they're probably going to get two goals on us, and it's going to be up to us to finish it off. But I'm
I'm gonna go
thinking,
beat the shit out of the psychologist again.
I'm thinking we go parallel octagon in this formation.
You sure?
Right. Does that
Sid-
involve me shooting someone?
It actually involves you using your brain abilities.
Sid
Shoot
recites
someone.
Sid recites the procedure that constitutes the parallel octagon very quickly off the Wikipedia page, which he's looked up while you asked that. So it just comes out. And you're like, okay, I guess I
Also,
heard that.
So
I
who-
looked up the enemy
dominates-
psychologist.
What player dominates, or what skill dominates parallel octagon? Is it gravity manipulation? Is it scoring? Is it psychology? Is it beating people up? What's the big crux
What is the
of
point?
parallel octagon here?
Someone else choose.
Oh well, the parallel
The
octagon-
psychologist and the striker change positions at the very end, in which Bobo yells some real mean shit, and Gimlet's gonna throw the ball. Nobody's gonna see it coming.
Oh, you are allowed to castle, yeah.
Is that the term?
That's the parallel part of the parallel
Yeah, you
octagon.
can
Is
swap,
the
That's a
castle.
swap the
professional
psychologist
term.
and the striker once during the game. It's called castling.
But in the lockers, we
Sounds
call
like
it
a hassle.
parallel octagon because it's way cooler than castling. Holy shit, you nerds! Jesus.
All right, so
Right.
that's the plan, is that Bobo and Gimlet are gonna switch positions at the last minute.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so the Uranium Scorpions seem, like I say, pissed, and to your extreme dismay, they're doing the swirling starfish again, which at this point you're tired. You don't know how they have the energy for this.
There's so many hand gestures and flourishes and little kicks. It's so
You're just,
They have
you're
little ribbons
constantly
on sticks. Where did they
kicking
get
off the
those?
side of the arena, and the gravity manipulator player is having to do all kinds of shit. So you're just amazed that they're actually gonna do a play this aggressive for a second time, that they have the energy for it as they come at you. I think the crucial thing here is probably for Bobo to do a really good insult
All right.
during that critical castling moment, right? That's what's gonna catch him off guard.
Okay. All right.
Bring the heat, Bobo.
uh,
Find your inner middle schooler. Cut right to their core.
Could spend a gambit on this.
yeah. What's the?
I
goal?
feel like that's wise. Just burn it. It's a
Yeah,
gambit
you
is an
can burn the
expendable
team
resource.
gambit if you want for a die.
Yeah, I
This
could
is
use
gonna
an
be
extra,
a command roll.
A command roll.
Yeah.
Can it be sway, please?
Nope.
Ah. Okay, then yeah, we really need that extra die.
All right, so you've got one guy from the gambit. Do you want to use the
Gunko's gonna help.
performance-enhancing drug?
Yeah, I'll use the drug, and the insult is going to be about his mother not raising him right.
If you use the performance enhancing drug, please keep track of it. We'll be talking about
Okay.
that after.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Okay,
Gunko's
so that
gonna
gives
say-
me
out
3
in-
dice total.
A quote from the most offensive program known to man in all of its history, The Big
Wow,
Bang Theory.
wow. I got a 6,
Leading in
a
with a
1, and a
big
3.
old bazinga.
But what's the insult?
Yeah, what's the insult, Bobo?
Oh, bet your mother didn't even teach you how to wipe your ass right.
My God.
Wow.
Damn.
The most
Cuts
cutting
right
thing.
to the core.
Damn.
Psychologist is gonna
And it
have to-
especially hurts
Okay.
because for many of this team, their mother didn't.
Oh, damn.
The most
I then-
damaging insult.
I don't
are
get
born
it.
from truth.
Why is that funny?
I
Well-
then throw this stick at the psychologist.
Doesn't seem like necessarily the absolute strongest, but God, it shakes that psychologist. And the score
No, I am the anal attentive.
is
Never
settled.
stop it.
3-0. You won big time. The crowd is cheering. Rom is like, you go, kids. I love ya. You know,
I told
he's-
you,
he's
could have
that
gone
obvious.
pro.
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I always knew you had it in you.
You don't know why he bet against the Uranium Scorpions. You'd really think, anyway. Y'all have won the match, and quickly. I mean, even the Uranium Scorpions, like the players on that team, like they come by and they shake your hands after the game, you know, and they're a little bit sore that they lost, but they're not like extremely bitter, and they're definitely like a few of them are like, you know, those are some great plays, you know.
Can I
Thanks,
sucker
man.
punch the
Hey,
psychologist?
We're gonna go out and drink and get some hibachi later.
You
You guys down?
Can I sucker punch the psychologist?
No,
Actually,
the
that
game
might
is
be a really
over.
good in for
Game's
information
over.
for our next.
When
When
he's
he's
going
going
for
for
a
high five, just
Please
go.
don't bully our new friends.
Oh, we got to bring him for hibachi.
While they're shaking hands, Gimlet like has his gun just like kind of pointing out from underneath like a towel. Just that's right. Keep your distance.
The game never actually ends for the sports psychologist.
Oh, it's so good.
And I think you know, that's a good enough place to wrap up for tonight. We'll come back with you hanging out with the other Blanche teams and fans at the Hibachi Grill.
Got carte blanche, baby.
All right.
The Mighty
Bye.
Dunks.
Having come hot off of your fantastic win. Congratulations to your new Blanche team.
I do want to say that I did mark Bobo -1 too far in the relationships column.
What did I do?
You insulted too
You
powerfully.
insulted me too powerfully. Also, I have two strange people looking at me that I don't really remember.
Well, no, you remember the first one, Al.
I do?
We can figure out how later. Yeah.
But Rhombus, I don't know.
You just don't know where you know Rhombs from.
Yeah, I don't know where Rhombus
No,
from, bro.
Rhombs from. Where do you know?
Oh, Rom.
Romby.
All right.
Rhombus
So
is zombie.
thanks everybody for tuning in to Rolling In It. We'll be back next week as we maybe conclude this adventure. Who knows?
Who knows
But
at this
certainly
point?
continue the mystery space whiskey heist. And
Plus sports arena thing.
yeah, thanks for tuning in. That's all. Bye.
Bye.